Welcome to the Burrow.
A podcast where we discuss our favourite books and have a bit of a laugh. Hi, I'm Chloe.
And I'm Meg. I go by any pronouns, and I'm from Canada.
I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from the UK.
Hey, how are we doing today?
Pretty good, yeah. I'm back at uni.
Oh, same. Yeah, I started on Wednesday.
Yeah, no, we started on the same day, yeah. I started
Hmm.
Wednesday as well. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty good. I thought I'd be like really homesick, but because I'm just like back into like doing a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like too busy to kind of think about being homesick. So that's like better than just like moping around and being sad.
Yeah,
But
it's,
yeah.
it's kind of like I'm very busy as well, so I can't focus
Yeah,
on
I know.
things.
Yeah. I kind of like it though, but I kind of,
It's nice.
yeah, it's nice to have stuff to focus on. But also the thing is, January, we have like deadlines and performances like day after the other. So it's like I have a deadline on the 24th, I think. It's like a presentation. And then I'm like performing on like the 30th, the 26th, the 27th. Like there's so much stuff going on.
Wait, is your university set in like semesters, or is it like a full year thing?
Semesters, yeah. So after the end of January, we're going into semester 2, I think.
Oh, that's what yours is. Oh yeah, because you guys started in October. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is our first semester, and then we'll change. I mean, because we've done modules, we'll change. There'll be like different modules that we're doing.
Okay.
Um,
You guys call it modules,
yeah, what do you call it?
courses,
But I'm on a course. I'm not doing courses.
or courses or classes, I
Yeah,
guess.
because you're not because it's different. Mine is like a course. You do majors and different courses, right? So it's yeah, we have like our major is just our course. I don't know.
Okay.
Because we don't we have classes, but the module is like so for example, a module I'm doing right now is it's called I talked to you a bit about it before. It's called post-dramatic theatre,
Mhm.
which is just like really experimental and stuff. So that's a module we're focusing on. And then we get assessed on it because we're like directing scenes from like post-dramatic
Mhm.
plays and stuff. And we get like practically assessed. We already did our like written assessment, which apparently went really well. Thank
Okay.
goodness. And then after the performance, we also have like a spoken assessment where we like talk about what happened with the performance, like what went wrong, what went right, all of that sort of thing. But it's like, yeah, it's like focus on different areas of performing arts is what a module is, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's not
Better.
the same as like different classes. How are you?
I'm okay. I have so much going on.
RIP.
Mhm.
I'm
Because
sorry.
within the past month, I've said yes to too many things.
You told me this. You need to stop. Okay.
Okay, but the problem with like at least like theater degrees, you kind of have to get a foot in the door.
I know, but like you have to have a limit on how much you do before you burn out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Do you have a book quote for the week?
Yes, I do. Is this one the one from the the book itself, or from
Oh no, just like a book quote for the week.
just a book quote? My book quote for the week, give me a second, is actually from I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver.
Oh, joke. So is mine.
Sick. Okay, fuck.
Oh.
Let me just scroll over to it. My quote is, if you're queer, your life has a potential to be one long coming out moment. If you ever want
Oh.
to be called the right pronouns, I'll have to correct people and put myself that their foot first.
I was
Who knows
really
what
close
could
to
happen?
picking that quote, you know.
It's a
I
good
was,
one.
I was gonna I haven't finished the book yet. I'm like so nearly done with it. Um, but I love it. It's so great.
Hmm.
And like I know I'm not like I'm cis, I'm not non-binary or like gender fluid or anything, but like it's just so cool to see a main character who is non-binary.
I know.
And it's like for other people, I think and the fact that it's being made into a movie, I think is so cool because I think generally
Wait, that
in
one's
terms
being made into a movie?
did you not know?
No, I didn't. Oh my
Oh,
God.
Sprouse is playing Thomas,
Oh
which
my God.
I love
Okay.
that. I think he's gonna do well, Thomas. But yeah, it's being made into a film, which I think is amazing. And it's been directed by who's it? What's it? Tommy, trans female person. They were on Riverdale, I think, before. No, 13 Reasons
Okay.
Why. Have you not heard of her before?
I
I think she's called Tommy Dorfman or something. I don't know. Wait.
let's see. Tommy Dorfman? What does
Yeah.
Tommy look like?
Oh, wait, I have it up. Let me show you.
No, I don't recognize.
Oh, do you not? Oh, it's probably because I've watched 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, I've been
She was
watching.
in that before she transitioned. But yeah, she's directing it, which is really cool.
Okay.
Um, but I think it's cool because I don't think I know a lot of non-binary centered media, like not TV shows, but more films. I don't think I
Hmm.
really know. So I think they'll be very good.
It'll be is there any films that have non-binary characters?
If
No.
there are, it's not centered around it.
Yeah.
I don't think there are.
I,
Like, I'm not including TV shows because I know there is a little bit of it, like here and there, but not main focus.
no,
But
it's kind of like a side character.
yeah, which is sad. I don't like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, my quote is from I Wish You All the Best by Mason Diva. And my quote is labels can help people find common ground, can help them connect with themselves and other people. Which I think we talked about a couple episodes ago, where I
We
was like,
did, I think.
I can't remember if you agreed with me or not, but when I was saying I think labels can be comforting sometimes.
Yeah, I did agree.
Yeah, because it can obviously some people don't like it, but it can explain how you're feeling, which I kind of like, rather than it just being, I don't know what's going on. I just think it's kind of comforting to find that, and then you find other people who feel the same as well,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Is that okay?
okay. Yeah. What book are we doing today, Megan?
Oh yeah.
Would
I
you
should
like
mention
to
that.
talk about that?
I'm a mess. We are doing
Hey,
the book
don't worry. Me too.
Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey
Uh,
McQuiston. Which
which
there's a
has,
really
yeah, I was about to say that. There's a movie that has been made. Pardon?
you know when it's coming out?
See, I want to say this year because they've wrapped it already not quite a while ago, I think. Sometime last year they wrapped it. So I want to say it's going to come out this year,
I'll see if it's on.
but it hasn't been confirmed when.
Yeah, it just says in 2023.
Oh, so okay, it is this year. That's great.
Yeah.
It's coming. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Is
I
where
don't
it's
have
supposed to be.
Amazon Prime.
Fine. We can watch it together. I'll find a way.
Please.
Or I'll just give you my Prime account and you can just watch it and then log out.
Because
Yeah.
I want to watch it so bad.
I'm so excited for it. Literally, when I was rereading this, I think I've only read it once. So I think this is like my second time reading it.
Oh my God.
I know, which is very weird to me. And I was reading it and I was like, oh my God, can you imagine seeing that on screen? That is gonna be like so cool.
There's a question on Google here saying, is Red, White, and Royal Blue appropriate for a 13-year-old?
No.
I'm like,
It depends how they're selling it. Like, have they cut down on the special scenes? Or I don't know. That's interesting.
I don't know, they might have, but also they,
What age would you say it is appropriate for though?
I don't know. On Google, it says it's appropriate for anyone 15 and up.
Okay, yeah, see, I would say that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 13,
No, lower is kind of like,
I mean, if you're mature, sure, but like, I don't know. When I first read it, I don't know how old I was, I can't remember, but I was over the age of 15,
I
16, 17, I think.
probably 17. I think I was 17 or 18. I don't remember.
I didn't realize because I wanted to check when the book was published, and it's really new, like 2019. It's not that
Yeah.
long ago,
So I probably read it in like,
and I didn't realize. So I probably read it either 2019 or 2020, I
yeah.
think.
I
So
don't
like
remember.
So like 16 or 17, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I didn't realize that it was still like fairly new. I thought it'd been around for like ages. Okay, anyway,
Okay.
start.
Yeah. So the book starts with um the main character, Alex Claremont Diaz. Diaz? Yeah.
Yeah.
He is the son of the president, who is a woman we love.
Yes. Oh, I love his mom.
Ellen is amazing.
She's
Um,
great.
he is part of the thing called the White House Trio. The White House Trio is like him, his sister, and their best friend, who is the granddaughter of the vice president.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So they're called the White House Trio. I should mention who the other character in the book is, who that character is.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I guess you can say the love interest.
Yeah.
Henry, I think he's the Prince of Wales, I believe. Yeah, Henry the Prince of Wales. We'll figure out more on his personality later.
I
Um,
love the introductions that you've done so far. Well done.
they're not great.
No, it's okay. It's good.
Mhm. Um, it start like the first chapter is kind of like I guess kind of basic, I guess. Well, the first like few pages.
What do you mean basic?
First two pages kind of like describing what's happening. It's kind of like,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, like he lives in the White House. His parents are divorced. Both of the parents used to be his mom's president. His dad used to be president.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
big presidential family. He wants to become like the president. He wants to become like a congressperson essentially. I'm not sure. Pretty sure he wants to become the president when he's like older.
Yeah, I think he wants to become involved in the government and Congress. I
Yeah.
was going to say as well at some point when I speak, I don't really understand the American government that well. So when I'm speaking about it, I'm just saying everything that I've read in the book, and I don't really understand fully what's going on in terms of the government. But
That's fair. Well, I mean, yeah,
I know like the
government can't be that
base
much different. Aside from
pardon.
like it can be that much different in the
I
UK.
know, but they have like different words and different stuff happens, and it just confuses me sometimes.
True, I guess.
Because I'm guessing our version of Congress is Parliament. I don't know.
It is yeah.
It is.
Ours is
Okay.
like yours.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but because it doesn't really involve me, I don't really need to know much about it, I guess. I don't know.
Have you voted before?
I have local elections, yeah, not like prime minister because
Mm.
I wasn't of age when they did it.
See, I can,
I
but
oh,
you need like a voting card, and I haven't gotten that
I
yet.
know you told me you need to do it, or I will. No, I'm joking.
You can't do
Um,
it.
shut up. You need to. It's important.
Hmm.
If I could vote for a prime minister now, I would. I
Well,
would.
yeah, because you have like a really shitty like a thing happening with politics.
I could talk
Let's not
about
go
it.
into that though.
No, me and Hannah spoke about it the other day, and we were just like both like, But yeah,
Uh,
it's fine. We move past the politics. Carry
yeah.
on.
Also, I think it's so funny how like I don't know he likes to know like everything, anything Congress, anything to do with like the
Yeah,
presidency. He's like there. He's like waiting.
I feel like he's a workaholic. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I think
exactly
he
what he
is.
is.
Also, how old are they? Like early 20s?
I
I
believe
think
so. Yeah, early 20s.
22, 23, I think.
Well, because
I just
Alex is in university, but he's like I think just finishing university.
yes, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say about
22,
22-ish.
23-ish.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we meet. He talks about like all his goals and everything, and then we meet his sister June Claremont Diaz, who is also one of the White House trio. Her dreams are a lot different than hers. She wants to become like a journalist and doesn't want anything to do with like the presidential Congress stuff.
Yeah.
even though her mom's kind of like, you should do this
Yeah.
to like help us or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I get because like it pays a lot, but also like I don't know, you should
Mm,
do something that you enjoy.
yeah. Also stress.
Yeah.
It's very stressful from
I
what
mean, you
I
get stressed from
see.
like any job.
Yeah.
So yeah. And not Alex, June walks into his room. Also, yeah, they live in the White House, by the way. I'm not sure if that's
Oh,
important. But
yeah.
June walks into his room with a fucking the magazine that had them on the cover, and I'm like, wow, okay. Okay, could it be me
What do you mean can be you?
having myself on a cover of a magazine?
Oh, okay. I mean, you never know.
Mm, I mean, maybe you could be because you're going to like the acting in
No,
public sort of thing.
it couldn't be me either.
She could. Totally
Mm,
could. Mm,
mm,
mm.
mm. Well,
And then, okay, we meet the third member of the White House trio,
mm.
which is Nora Holleran, I believe her name is. Yeah, Nora Holleran. She's the best friend of both Alex and June. And then I mentioned this granddaughter of the Vice President, Mike O'Halloran.
Woo.
Mike Holleran, not Mike O'Halloran. Why did I don't know?
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
in my notes, I quickly moved on to like the wedding. That's like a major point.
Hmm.
They travel to London, and I think this. Oh my God, it's so why it probably happen still. How they have like the bride and groom's face on like chocolate, and then also on like underwear.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Why do I want that on my underwear?
I don't know, but some people do. Some people want that.
Those are for like the royalists, the people who are like literally obsessed with the royal family.
Oh yeah. Well, they do it like with celebrities as well, probably.
Yeah, to be honest, that's true.
Hmm.
The royal family basically are celebrities at this point.
Isn't like the monarchy kind of slowly? I don't know. It's not as important anymore.
See, controversy. This is the thing that I keep thinking about because I'm like, what do they actually do when we have a prime minister?
Yeah.
Because I did research a little bit into it a while back, and they do have the power to like pass like certain laws. Like I think members of parliament have to go through them to get stuff passed, I think
Mhm.
is what I'm not entirely 100% sure. So they do have power and they do stuff, but compared to how it used to be, like way back when you had like Henry
Yeah.
VIII and all of that, they're not as influential, I wouldn't say, which I
No.
think may be a bit controversial. But I think the most important kind of authority figure is the prime minister. And I don't know if that's wrong of me to say, but
No, I don't think it's wrong for you to say. Because like, I
I
don't
know
know,
like
what do they
because I
really
know
do?
like the king or queen of England is like a big figure, like represents like England and stuff. Because like they're on the money and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. Yeah,
Mm,
I'm not sure about that.
whatever. Um,
Of like keeping, I don't know how like
I feel like
keeping the
eventually
traditional.
the monarchy will die. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I feel
know.
like your politics will go more lean towards like parliament instead of, you know,
I'm surprised it's been going on this long, to be
I
honest.
know.
And I don't know with other countries, but I don't know how normal it is to have a monarchy and a prime minister. Like I don't know how
Mm,
like common that is.
I'm not sure. I can search it up at some point, but like
Yeah, because I
it
know
probably is
most
common.
most people most people. I feel like most countries have like a president, a prime minister, chancellor, whatever, like a
Mhm.
leader like that. Not a lot of countries have a monarchy anymore, I don't think.
Probably not.
I know that some probably still do, but not a lot, I don't think. But yeah, that's just interesting.
Anyway, I should mention they're going to um I'm not sure I mentioned it. They're going to London for the royal wedding, which is happening between Henry's brother, Prince Philip, and I don't remember what his bride's name is. Martha, maybe? Or was that?
I
Yes,
can't remember.
I think it's Martha.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Anyway, Martha and Philip are getting married. During this whole thing, it's so funny because Henry is kind of like his arch nemesis, but like if you read it, it's not really it's kind of like a gay panic the whole time.
Oh my
Like,
God.
oh, I'm irritated. He's so perfect, and I'm like, okay, okay,
Yeah, like the thing is that it's Alex who hates Henry. Henry doesn't really care.
no,
Like he's just built up this like forced kind of, oh, you're my enemy just because you're so perfect.
yes.
And that's really funny to me.
Um, yeah, he gets, and there's a quote where he says, both Henry and Alex make eye contact when June and Henry go to dance, and Alex is like something like annoyance or an adrenaline spikes in Alex's chest, and I'm like, that's just gay panic, bestie. That's
No, I literally forgot how funny Alex is when I was reading this book. I was just like, I can't.
yeah, I miss. Yeah, I like Alex. He's cool. I don't know.
He's cool.
He is cool.
I know he is actually.
But like, you know how I said they go to like dance on the dance floor or whatever?
Yeah.
Pretty sure Henry just did it for like the photographers.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the press, for paparazzi and everything. But anyway, while they're doing that, Alex gets like extremely drunk
Oh God.
to the
Yeah.
point where he embarrasses himself, which he does eventually. He ends up walking over to Henry, very drunk, while chugging down a glass of like champagne. It's like, dude, stop.
I'm getting secondhand embarrassment like for him, and I'm not even in the situation.
I mean, we don't drink, so we don't really.
Okay, but like anyway.
Anyway, and he was having so many gay thoughts in this instant. I didn't write them down, but like
I bet he was simping real hard.
he was sipping real hard. Like his one of his literal thoughts is like, he's too perfect, and I'm like,
Bestie, that's not someone who hates someone.
bestie, you don't hate him.
That's someone who loves someone and you don't know it yet, and you're just
Mhm.
annoyed. Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, and they start kind of like sassily flirting, like aggressively flirting.
Aggressively.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like Alex is like a annoyed tone, or I don't know. That's what I assume.
Pardon? Sorry.
Alex is kind of like annoyed. Yes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it gets to a point where a big thing happens. Um, I believe Alex tugs on Henry's jacket or something, and they both end up toppling over into the like $75,000 wedding cake
Yeah.
that they have,
Yeah.
and cause a huge ass scene. Like it's $75,000 worth of cake.
That's like a big wedding cake, like
Hmm. Why would you spend that much money on a cake?
because they have the money.
No, but still, it has to be a good cake.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, 100%.
Mhm. Like perfect cake. If it's $75,000, that's like perfect.
Oh, yeah, 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 no doubt.
And he definitely enjoyed when Henry sweared. Like yeah, too much. Anyway, they got back home.
Hmm.
because they have to go home, obviously, because whatever the fuck happened. Um, his mom, the president, isn't very happy.
Nah, I wouldn't be either.
No, because he caused like a whole like problem.
Yeah, I swear it made like media headlines and stuff, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Because there was like press there and they took photos.
yeah. It was like a big thing.
And I love when they have like the little argument between the two. Then Alex's like first response is like, "Oh, he started it," and I'm like, "That's a such an immature response."
That's so childish.
And then he starts bitching about Henry, and then like how he has to become like besties with him for the press to calm down.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which, honestly, kind of was a good thing.
Honestly, yeah. If he hadn't have got drunk and caused that commotion,
Hmm.
but nah, I feel like inevitably it would have
It
happened
would have
somewhere.
happened, yeah.
But it
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
take
happened
long.
this way.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened. But yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, he has to go down to Europe to go to a charity event.
Oh,
And yeah, with Henry, so they can kind of like mingle and be besties, be good friends,
Bond.
bond over things. And you literally get like a fact sheet about Henry, and I'm like,
Yes, he
yeah,
does.
but the facts are like all incorrect, I believe.
Yeah, it's just like it's either stuff they've made Henry say or Henry said it to keep up appearances.
Yeah,
It's not actually like the fun stuff about him. It's
no.
just I don't know what's on it, but it's
I
kind
for,
of
there was like
boring.
one was like his favorite food, and it wasn't something that he really actually liked. It was something like
Yeah.
really boring and plain. But yeah, he goes to London. He gets to stay in the guest quarters, aka very close to Henry's quarters. Like very close. Um, I'm gonna. Hmm. I feel like I'm
What?
just like skipping through everything.
I mean, what's the important parts? Just talk about because I've skipped through a lot of stuff that's just them emailing and it's not anything important. It's just
Yeah,
them like, do you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
not like something that's important. I guess you don't need to.
Hmm.
I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll continue with when he's in the quarters. I think around midnight is after the like. It's not the charity event. It's just kind of like them meeting up after. I think it's Henry's like training or something.
Mhm.
Yeah. And he's calling Nora and telling her about like talking about like everything that happened and where he's staying and stuff. And then guess who walks in?
I don't know. Who is
The
that
man,
person?
I don't know. Not like someone's quarters are very close to his own.
Would that be Henry by any
Henry
chance?
in
Henry?
like pajamas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah, Henry walks in, mostly just like I'm pretty sure just to steal the cornettos. Have
Yes.
you
Oh my
have you
God.
tried cornettos? I'm assuming you have.
Do you, is it a thing you have or no? Oh, it's British. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I love cornettos.
What are cornettos?
Eric's. Oh, ice creams. Did you not know?
No, I know they're ice creams. I just don't know what they
Oh,
look like.
okay. Um, I think the ones that I used to get had nuts on them, and I didn't like the nuts, and my mum would scrape them off for me.
I'm searching what they
But
are.
they're really
Oh,
nice.
those things. We have those. They're just not named cornettos.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. They're really expensive though, so I don't have them anymore. I
Hmm.
just have like the fake supermarket own brand stuff, rather than like I'm a student, okay?
Yeah,
You
it's
got to live on
fine.
a budget. You know what I mean?
We have
Um,
cornettos. I just didn't know that's what they were.
but yeah, do you know what? I stand that. Henry is a real one for that.
Hmm. Yeah, a real one for stealing food from their guests.
Oh yeah, because it's in the guests. Oh yeah, no, I didn't think about that
Yeah.
actually. That's so true.
Anyway, he ends a call with Nora, and like their whole conversation's like has a lot of sexual tension in it. It does.
There's so much sexual tension between them.
Like when he leaves, he's like, "I didn't notice you wear glasses." And I'm like,
Wait, who says that? Henry or Alex?
Henry does.
To Alex.
Yeah, because Alex wears glasses. I don't know if he actually has glasses or just like reading glasses. Maybe they're just like reading ones.
I'm not sure. Maybe just reading ones, yeah. That's
Yeah.
so that's so funny though.
Hmm. Moving on. The charity event happens.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really adorable what happens to charity event. Henry gets like really like um close with this kid and starts talking about like Star Wars, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I start
Oh my
bonding over
God.
Star Wars. And I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's so adorable.
Yes.
And then they proceed to get stuck in a closet together.
The irony is not lost on me with that
No.
one.
Yeah. In my in my notes, I'm like they get trapped in a utility closet together. Wow, both of you are still in the closet.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm like,
Yes.
thankfully, Alex isn't really in the closet because he doesn't really know
I
he's
mean,
fine.
not everyone, like his mum doesn't, his family doesn't know. Well, his sister knows and his best friend knows. But I
No,
think
at
that's
this
it.
time, Alex doesn't even know himself.
Oh, no? No,
No,
I swear he's openly bi. Is he not?
no,
What he was.
no. He
Oh,
comes out as bisexual, like I don't know, around chapter 7 or something or 6.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh my God. I
but
thought he
not to
was.
everyone. Only to like a few people.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know. Oh God. Okay, sorry, continue. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Anyway, yeah. There's like a lot of like aggressive flirting in that scene. Well, because they're stuck. First of all, they're stuck in a closet together, like very cramped closet.
They don't do anything yet, do they?
No.
Okay.
And they share phone numbers. So then now they can start texting, which is mm, yeah. I think chapter 3 is most just like them like texting all the time.
Yeah.
I found one of the texts that Henry sent really funny because it's just I wouldn't say it's British, but it's very like posh or proper wording.
What is it?
You were the thistle in the tender and sensitive arse crack of my life. And I'm like, who who says that?
Henry does.
Henry does. But who uses thistle in a sentence?
Henry.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
so
know. I don't
funny.
even know what a thistle is.
Isn't it like a thorn?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. That is really funny.
Hmm. Okay. The next I'll go on to the next. I think this is it's a cute little moment. It's a good plot point.
Mm.
It's around Christmas and remember the turkey scene?
Is this the turkey?
This is the turkeys. So I'm pretty sure with the White House and the presidential family, they get two turkeys, like live ones.
No,
Yeah, they
no,
do.
no, no. No, I
They
know they
like,
do.
huh?
I know they do,
Yeah.
but I
And then they
no,
like kill them in some way, I guess, and then have them for dinner. I think that's what happens.
I think
Anyway,
so.
I think Alex jokes about leaving in their room, and then he ends up actually having them in his room the night of. So he calls um Henry, and they have like a talk while um no, Alex is like freaking out, like, "Oh, this turkey's in my room," which is fair,
I
honestly.
mean, if I had turkeys in my room, like I
Maybe,
wouldn't have turkeys in my room actually to
yeah,
start with. I wouldn't. But I no, I would run away.
that's fair. I know my mom's afraid of turkeys. I'm not.
I'm not like afraid of them, but it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know.
Mhm. And I want to mention how Henry is eating Jaffa cakes.
Yes,
I've never tried them. I really want to.
you need to. It's
Mhm.
okay. When you come here, I will just like give you a whole thing of like stuff you need to eat, and
British
I'll be like,
British snacks.
"Here you go." Yeah.
You're
Oh,
also watching Great British Bake Off and wearing a like a peely face mask.
yeah. But carry on.
Hang on. He they like show what like the turkeys, and then Henry's pets. Henry has a dog named David. Like I've heard worse pet names.
Oh, David though, like
Such a
that's a bit.
boring name. Because he named
Yeah.
after David Bowie, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like they at least call him like.
Bowie.
Is it Bowie or is it Bowie? David Bowie.
That's David
I'm.
Bowie.
I don't know. Because that confuses me. I don't know how to say it. I'm like, is it Bowie or is
I'm
it
pretty sure it's
Bowie?
David Bowie. Anyway,
Okay, sorry. Anyway,
talking about weird pet names. So, my friend Amber, I'm not sure if her cat's still alive, but they have a cat named Concrete.
concrete.
Mhm.
I had a fish called Emily,
Oh my God. Okay.
but that's because I was obsessed with that name when I was younger. I don't know why.
Why? Okay.
I went through a phase of
Emily face.
naming like everything Emily. But anyway, carry
Okay.
on.
Interesting. I also have a friend whose pet's names are Boots and Knuckles.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Mhm.
Sorry, my nan had dogs called Scampy and Chips. One dog called Scampy and one dog called Chips. So it's a little bit weird, I guess.
A
But
bit
yeah,
weird, I guess.
they're Cocker Spaniels.
Oh yeah, my dog is Cocker Spaniels.
Yeah, I think she had like three, no, one, two, yeah, three Cocker Spaniels, one Labrador, and one sheepdog. No, Border Collie. No,
What a call.
sheepdog. I don't know. It
Aren't
was a
those
lot.
like similar or the same?
Pardon?
Aren't like sheepdogs like the same as border collies?
They're similar, but not exactly the same, I don't think.
Okay,
But the one she had two different colored eyes, which was really cute and cool.
cool.
But yeah, anyway, carrying
Okay,
on. The turkey, his
turkey.
dog, David.
Yeah, so that happens. Before the chapter ends, Alex tells Henry that his dad was a total babe while he was watching James Bond. The Christmas happens, like family Christmas. There's
Mm.
like I don't think it's that important. Like there's drama with it, like family
It's
drama.
oh, okay.
It's not really that important to the story, I'd say.
No, that's all right. Just get past it.
Yeah. Um, the party happens, like the New Year's Eve party
Oh,
that the
oh.
White House trio, sets up every single year. I believe it's like June or Nora who invites Henry and his best friend Pez. Pez
Oh
is
yeah,
amazing.
Pez. Oh, I
Pez,
forgot about
yeah.
Pez.
Pez is very flamboyant, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Very like extra, very like colorful.
Yes.
Hmm I think it's so funny the whole time because at the beginning of the party, I was like, I'm not gonna like baby Henry around. And then he's literally like on his heel the whole time. He's like right by Henry, like kind of like flirting with him. He tries to make him dance at one point, even though Henry like doesn't really know how to.
Oh, yes. No, I
Yeah,
remember that. Oh my
he doesn't
God.
really know how to like dance at a party, I guess.
I relate on so many levels.
While they're like dancing, I guess, on the dance floor, it gets to midnight, and I'm just like going quickly through it, but
Mhm.
Nora and Alex kiss because they do that on New Year's like every year apparently.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're both single. And then Henry is like right there and he's like he Henry really likes Alex. I should mention this.
He's like, no, maybe I should save this for later. Or should I? No, he's liked him since the first time they met, like
Yeah.
the very first time they met.
Mhm.
Alex is the one who has a deep hatred for him,
Yeah,
apparently.
apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets jealous, so he walks away and leaves. And then about like maybe like 5 or 10 minutes later, Alex is like, where did he go? And no one really knows, but he ends up going outside to no he looks out the window and Henry is out there just chilling in the gardens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he goes down out there and here is like the the big first moment.
Oh, okay, okay. Go ahead. Go.
Well, okay. So I guess they're kind of chatting, they're both drunk. And
Oh,
Henry is like
yes.
kind of subtly saying he's not like the rest of his family.
He's a bit fruity.
He's a bit fruity. He is fruity. And he gets kind of annoyed that Alex didn't hasn't figured it out yet.
Oh
Alex is
yeah,
like,
because Henry knows he's gay, doesn't he?
hmm,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So Henry, like Alex, is like, I don't know what you mean. And so Henry, in like a fit of like, like gay annoyance, I would call it. He just he kisses Alex
Oh
with
yes.
tongue as well, and I'm like, oh my God, okay,
With tongue.
yeah,
Oh. Okay,
oh,
Henry.
okay. Alex kisses him back, and then within like I think 2 minutes or something, Alex is like, oh not Alex. Henry's like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh, uh-oh, I shouldn't do this because like they're both like big powerful figures, I guess.
Yeah. Do you know what I did want to say about this book is that it's not the same as Young Royals, but it reminds me a lot about the conflict that Villay has.
Yeah,
Because
it's
obviously
similar but not the same.
Villay and Henry are members of the royal family in their own countries.
Mhm.
And I feel like both of them as characters, towards the end of the book, you see it more with Henry, that conflict and that like being scared
Mhm.
of kind of admitting that they are gay and like the jeopardy that will put the royal family in and all of that. I'd say it's
Yeah.
pretty similar in terms of that.
Mhm. But yeah, because of that, Henry ghosts Alex for like
Oh yeah.
a whole chapter.
A whole chapter.
I mean, it's fair.
Does Henry go back to England yet, or is he
He
still
does.
in?
He goes back to England,
Oh, okay.
but he has to come back anyway because there has to be a post-royal like wedding arrangement in the States at the White House.
Oh, okay.
So
Awkward.
they end up coming, and Alex is like sexually pissed, like if you know what I mean.
That's so funny.
Like he has a mission.
He has a mission.
Did you read that part, or did you
No,
just read like
I only read my chapters because I didn't have enough time to read the whole book.
yeah, literally like in the beginning of like the part, he's like Henry can't avoid me forever. And when Henry walks into like the White House, he has eyes like locked on him.
At this point, though, does he know he's attracted to Henry?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Subconsciously, or like, is he like
Um,
aware?
I think he's decently aware. Like
Okay.
he's aware, but also kind of like I don't know, still unsure
Okay.
about
Yeah.
the whole like gay thing.
Hmm.
But he's very sure about kissing Henry. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, yeah, Henry walks up and they have a little kind of awkward. Henry's awkward. Alex is like, we need to talk or talk, I guess.
What
Talk.
does talking mean?
I don't
Making
know.
out?
Maybe. Um, they go off to like their respective tables and they eat. Um, once June gets whisked away somewhere. I'm not sure where to. Anyway, um, he asks Nora, he's like, "Can you pull aside Henry for me so I can talk to him?" And I don't remember exactly what she said. She's like, "It's a act of like sexual like deduct. I don't know, like some way to get him on his own to do
Oh,
certain
yeah.
things." Yeah, which she does, and he says that she pulls him away with the offer. I don't know what the word was. Offer of profiteroles.
Do you not know what they are?
I've seen them, I think.
It's like choux pastry with cream in it.
Okay, yeah, we have them at work.
And oh yeah, and they normally have chocolate on it or something. I love them. My sister hates them. But when I can eat them, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you ever made homemade? I'm assuming not.
No.
No. Okay.
I am not that talented.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Um. Anyway, once he, gets everything sorted out,
Yeah.
he like frog, quote unquote, frog marches.
Frog.
Uh, that's what it says in the book. Frog marches the Prince of Wales into the Red Room, where he
Sexual
proceeds to,
tension is getting real at this point.
like shove him against a wall and then make out. And I'm like, whoa, okay.
Okay, Alex.
I think they had like 5 minutes or something. Yeah, 5 minutes. Mhm.
Can we point out that these two are grown men? They should not be this horny. They are not teenagers.
I mean, they're still young.
I know, but like, I would expect this out of like 16-year-olds or like 17-year-olds.
They're still. Have you met university students?
Yeah, but they're not at university anymore.
Alex still is.
No, yeah, but he's just finishing.
Yeah, but he's still in university.
Yeah, but like, he's mature.
Mm.
He is.
Hmm.
He
Anyway,
is.
yeah, they have a little spicy scene. I won't expand on it.
You don't want to expand on that.
No, I won't expand on it. But they have a spicy scene. If anyone wants to learn about it more about it, they can read the book.
Do they do the deed or do they just kiss?
They just did a lot of kissing.
Pardon?
They just did a lot of kissing. Because in the red room, how are they
I mean, I don't know what they're into.
they have literally like 5 minutes until very important people come into the room.
Well,
So I think they don't have time for that.
that would have been a very different story if
It
they
would
did
have.
that.
Once they're finished, I guess, like when the people start,
Sorry. That
sorry,
may
when people start like walking towards the door,
Yeah.
um, Alex kind of actually threatens or like has like meet me in my room at a certain time at like 10 o'clock tonight,
Yeah.
and I'll do like very bad things to you, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Did you say that?
yeah,
Alex,
yeah,
God.
uh,
Wow.
yeah.
That has actually shocked me.
Mhm. And they have their first like sex sex scene. First time having sex together. I'm like, wow, okay.
That was quick though. No, but the sexual tension, I feel like they had to, didn't
It
they?
was very high. Yeah. Mhm. And Henry gets help from a lovely Secret Service agent, who I'm pretty sure is also gay.
Oh, great. We love
Amy.
it.
Yeah. So we love that. Yeah, that's a whole thing. And so um, after this scene, most of it is just them like hooking up at random places, at random events.
They're so shameless. I can't.
You know, they end up hooking up in Alex's hotel, at a Paris fundraiser. Um, and he ends up coming to Henry comes to New York for something, I don't remember what. And they have sex again there. And then yeah, it's just a lot of like horny stuff in the next like two chapters. They call like the monarchy stupid and all that jazz and stuff.
Wait, who calls the monarchy stupid?
Pretty well not exactly those words, but like Henry gets really annoyed because
Oh,
yeah, can't really be gay and be
a prince.
yeah, be a prince, which is stupid, but anyway,
Henry, I feel so bad for
there
him.
hasn't been an out queer like royalty member have has there?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Odds are though that at least one of them has been. Like, are you Googling it?
Yeah. Um, UK. No, I want just like the British one, I think.
British
British royals.
monarchy. There's a article that says 7 British monarchs who may have been gay.
It may have, but I don't think it's been any like openly.
Sorry. So no, there hasn't been openly. This guy, William II, aka William the Conqueror, took over in 1066, right? And this article right here says he was often described as effeminate and with a keen interest in fashionable young men. That's kind of funny.
All right.
Anyone? No. It's just like, no. No one like openly. Unless they have actually just all been straight.
I feel like they can't have been all of them being straight.
I know. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, there is finally the 21st century brought us members of the royal family who could be publicly out and proud. Lord Ivar, Mount. I don't know how to say his name,
I don't know who that is.
but he's the cousin of Queen Elizabeth II,
Oh, okay.
and he came out in 2016, 5 years after divorcing his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Although I will say, whilst we're on this subject, I will shamelessly plug a queer royal book called The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. It was amazing and everyone should read it.
I should probably read it. I just need to get it.
Yeah,
Which
no,
I
I
do.
don't
I
think
have a gift card to Indigo to Chapters,
I,
my bookstore.
nice. I don't think it's out in Canada and US yet. I can check for you and see if it is or not.
Okay,
Because it's English. I'm not sure if it's out there yet. But
maybe.
it was so great. It was like Pretty Little Liars meets whatever is gay. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, like that mystery. I love watching like TV show mystery stuff, and then you
Yeah.
find out what happens, and I was so shook. Like the plot twist was so good.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
is it my turn yet? Are you still
As I
speaking?
mentioned, the last time they hook up before you turn over,
Yeah.
um, they go to an event. I don't know where the event is. Oh, event and with like Henry's family there,
Mm-hmm.
and they end up having they have sex in a closet, in spite of Henry's family.
No, that's in my part.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, you can say it.
Thank you. It's not yet though.
Okay.
It's not for a little bit, I don't think. No. Okay.
I
I'm
didn't
going
know
to
if like I did chapter 8 or you.
No, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
You do like up to chapter 8 and I do
Okay.
chapter 8 to the end, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so chapter 8. So there's a few emails between they email like on private, like a private Jesus Christ, on a private email like account thing. Um and so there's an email to Alex from Henry, and it's just like saucy. It's just like Henry thirsting over him and being like, "You're so distracting." Um, and to quote him, he calls him so fucking beautiful in that email. And I'm like, all right,
Wow. Okay.
bit of a simp, but we knew this already, so carry on. Yeah, and Alex's reply is just very saucy as well. About all the things he wants to do to him, which I'm not going to go into detail about.
No. If you
You
guys
can
want to
you
learn
can
it,
read that
just
for
read the book.
yourself. Yeah. And then there's an email from Henry when he's like, the press team, because Henry went to I think Oxford, which is like a really well-established uni, and I think he studied English there. Apparently, people want to know who his favorite author is,
Ooh.
and he tells Alex that they made him say Charles Dickens, and I have a quote from him, and it says, "They wanted something less fruity than the truth."
Oh my God.
I didn't know that he used the word fruity, and I reread it, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's so funny." But yeah. And then he ends the email to Alex, "Yours in sexual frustration, Henry."
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Um, and then a little bit later, Alex gets an invitation from Buckingham Palace to like sit in the royal box at Wimbledon.
Mhm.
So Wimbledon tennis is like a big event that happens. It's like a big kind of championship for tennis. If no one knew that, I don't know if it's like a well-known thing
I
or
didn't know
not.
what it was.
No, yeah. So he like talks to Henry. He's like, "What is this? Like, why am I being invited to this by the royal family?" And Henry's like, "Just go." So yeah, he goes.
Okay.
He he sees David Beckham, and he wonders to himself how he ever convinced himself that he was straight. Do you know who David Beckham is?
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, do you know who he is? But yeah. Um, and then his brother Philip is there, and he says some like really insensitive sorts of stuff. Slightly homophobic, not really homophobic, but like, I don't know, like microaggressions, which I guess is actually homophobic, to be honest. Yeah. Eventually. I have one like half an hour. Yeah. Okay, I'll carry on. And then so they're all in the box, and Philip says some pretty insensitive stuff, and Henry just like walks away because it's just like too much for him to hear. And then Alex follows him and shows him this
This is
place.
what I was talking about with the having
Yeah,
like the
yeah, and
closet in
shows him
place.
this place called the Clubhouse, I think.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when I read that, that just sounds like such an innuendo. Like, I'm going to show you the clubhouse. Like, I don't know, it just sounds really sexual. Anyway, um, so yeah, like you said, they go into a closet, they have some sexual times, you know.
Hmm.
Something that really made me laugh. They were in the closet and Henry sorry. Oh, that's really funny. Sorry, I literally did not mean for it to sound like that, but whatever. They were in the closet,
Hmm.
and Henry goes to Alex. He literally explicitly is like, "Fuck me," and I'm like, "That's really bold, but like, say what you want, I guess."
Hmm.
And Alex's response is, "When in Wimbledon," and it just made me laugh.
Hmm. I like that.
And then, like you said, Alex then says to him, "Just so we're clear, I'm about to have sex with you just despite your family." And Henry's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
of course."
Hmm.
And then later on, they kind of go up to Henry's rooms at the palace, I think. And yeah, that's the kind of ending of that kind of Wimbledon event that happens. I don't know if you've introduced this person, but he's called Raphael Luna,
I
who
haven't.
is, yeah, so I can introduce him a little bit, who is a friend of Alex's dad and is in Congress. And it's someone that Alex really looks up to. He's like a role model to him. He's like really been fighting for like children's rights and just like rights of people who like need the support and stuff. And that's the kind of person that Alex wants to be, like going into government like later on. And so then what happens is that Raphael Luna is joining the cabinet, like the campaign, who is running against his mum for
Hmm.
president. So Alex just he doesn't understand why, he feels like betrayed. Um, I think he's also interned or like done some work experience with him as well. So he's kind of like grown close and admires him. So when he hears about that, like I would be really annoyed and pissed off
Yeah.
if someone like that did that. But we will learn why later on. Um, so Alex is just like kind of basically he can't process his emotions, so he just drinks his emotions away most of the time. So he goes downstairs to a bar, and he could swear that he hears Henry's voice. And it turns out Henry is actually there, and he came because he was really worried because he like keeps tabs on stuff that happens in America. So he heard the news
Mhm.
and was really worried, which is very
Oh,
cute. Um, and I don't think you introduced this person either, which I will briefly. Her name, I don't know if I'm saying it right, is Zahara, and she's like kind of in charge of kind of managing press and stuff like that. And she's really, I love her. She's badass. But basically, by the end of the night, they go to Alex's room. I think, yeah, his room, and they do some sexy times again. It's just a constant theme at this point.
mhm.
And then Alex gets woken up by Zahara, and he quickly just like panics because he's naked with Henry in his bed.
Mhm.
So he wakes Henry up and shoves him into the closet, and Henry hides in the closet.
Not very well.
No, because I love this symbolism as well, because he falls out of the closet. Literally, and yeah. It's just really funny to me, that imagery. Um, so then the next chapter we have is Alex telling his mum that he's bi, which
Yeah.
makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. And this is why I love her, because she's such a good person. She puts her family before her being president.
Mhm.
She's like, she tells him that's amazing, and that she's proud of him and thanks for telling her.
Mhm.
Um, and then he tells her about Henry and
Oh yeah.
what's going on with them. And yeah, so that's the thing. They have like a kind of debrief meeting with like other people in the campaign. And so there's a presentation that she does. And this is so funny. There's one slide, and the title of the slide goes, Exploring Your Sexuality. Healthy, but does it have to be with the Prince of England? And I love her so much for that. She's so iconic. She's great.
But she's so real for that.
I know. 'Cause she's like, okay, I support you. Be bisexual, like go off. But do you have to do it with that person? Um, yeah. So by the end of the meeting, she basically throws him off the campaign because it's too much of a risk for him to be on board and for that to be happening with him and Henry, which I understand, but it's just like
Yeah.
really sad for Alex because he's been working on it and he's really proud of it. Um, and then we see some emails between Alex and Henry, and so Alex mentions letters between John Lawrence and Alexander Hamilton, and I got so excited at this because I don't know if you know, which I know a little bit from the musical and looking into the history, but
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
the letters between them, so gay,
Mhm.
like honestly. Um, so Alex sends this message to Henry, and he's like, "Have you read the letters between them? Hamilton could have been bi," and I'm like, "Yes."
Hell yeah.
So true. So true. No one talks about it enough, okay? I'm here to raise the important issues.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah. And then Alex basically invites Henry to this family lake trip that's happening in Texas
Mhm.
with like his dad and I think his sister and Nora are going as well. I'm not too sure. And then so we fast forward to the lake trip. Henry's there, everyone's kind of there. His dad's there, and I actually really love his dad. He seems like a really
Mhm.
nice person. And his dad just comes up to him and he's like, "Oh, so you and Henry, huh?" And Alex is like, what do you mean?" He's like, I know, like I can tell. And Henry, God, Alex, Alex is like, is that not an issue? Because his dad had a Catholic upbringing, and
Mhm.
he's like, don't like underestimate me. Like, I don't care. And I just love him for that. I just wish religious parents could be more like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And a quote I have from his dad is, "I see you." And that's just, it's so cute and wholesome, and I just love it. Um, and then what else do we have? So this is kind of where we get a bit of angst. So in the night during this lake trip, Henry and Alex kind of go out by the lake, hang out, and it's cute for a minute before shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
It's kind of Alex talking about when this election is over, right, we can finally breathe and we don't have to be stressed. Like we can just like do what we want. Maybe I could like come out publicly and stuff like that. And Henry's kind of challenging it. He's like, I don't know, really,
Mhm.
because sorry.
Because he has a different situation than Alex.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. For Alex, yeah. For Henry, there's never going to be a time when it's okay to like publicly come out as gay and come out in a relationship with a male. There's not going to be a time where that will actually be like a good thing to be happening.
Mhm.
And for Alex, he could 100% do that after the election. But for Henry, it's still like a thing that he doesn't want to think about because it's really scary.
Mhm.
So there's this kind of weird tension between those two. And then they go to bed, and the next morning, Henry isn't there. And he's left Alex a note. And the kind of last part of the note is thank you for everything, which just sounds like a goodbye. And it's just like,
Yeah.
not, it's not great. Um, over the next few days, Alex tries to send Henry like texts after text after text, and then he just eventually gives up because Henry is ghosting him yet again,
Mhm.
which is great. And then eventually he decides to fly all the way to England because he's a dramatic bisexual, of
Yeah.
course. Um, he wants to see Henry, and I can't remember what this person does, Sean,
Mhm.
in charge of something with the
He's
royal
like the
family.
like personal bodyguard or something.
Yes, security, something like that, I think.
Yeah.
But Sean refuses to let him in. Bear in mind, I think this is pretty late at night as well.
Mhm.
Considering how long it would take you to fly from where
It
is
takes
he?
a while. It takes like
Yeah.
10
Um,
hours or something.
yeah. And so he gives up on that and he just shouts at Henry's bedroom window. And he literally is just shouting motherfucker at him. And I'm just like, all right,
All right.
if that's your love language, go ahead. Um, and then Henry eventually comes outside and lets him in. They go up to Henry's bedroom and they argue like quite a lot.
Mhm.
Um, and then it ends with Alex shouting that he loves him, which is great, I guess. Um, Henry just like explains to him how it's such a hard situation, and you can see that Henry like loves him and wants to say it, but he's really scared.
Mhm.
And then Alex just says to him, he's like, okay, tell me to leave, like actually look me in the eyes and I will go. I'll get on a plane and go back home. Um, and then Henry shouts at him and then kisses him. So it's just like arguing, oh no, I kind of love you, so I'm just gonna kiss you for a second and then I can go back to shouting at you.
Yeah.
Uh, and then he starts crying. This is like kind of the part of the book where you really see its toll on Henry,
Yeah.
like how much his like inner conflict, which is why I was kind of comparing it to Ville. Particularly I think season 2 Ville, because it's very similar in like the struggle that they're having to go through with like their identity and the front they have to keep for the royal family. Um, yeah, so they kind of just like talk it out and go to bed together. And Alex wakes up and he finds out that he's alone, which is like, oh, where did he go? Is he doing the same thing he did at the lake? But
Mhm.
then Henry comes back and he admits that he's scared. And all I have written after that is that they're so in love with each other.
Mhm.
It's just very wholesome. So then after that, Alex is back home and there's a few emails exchanged between them and he tells Henry that he's just really brave and he's just kind of what's it called? Words. Anyway, he calls him his Leia to his Luke. Is it Luke? Luke and Leia. Luke Skywalker, right?
Oh, yeah, Luke and Leia.
Oh yeah, because Henry likes Star Wars. I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah, that's why. Um, And Henry responds and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. And then he says there's like a lot of pressure on him to enlist because bear in mind he's on a gap year is what he's like told the press.
Mhm.
And at his age, I think people before in the monarchy have either gotten married or enlisted in the army, which
Yeah.
is kind of what's expected of him. And then you also find out that Henry told Philip, his brother, that he is gay. And he wasn't surprised about that, but he was surprised that Henry doesn't want to pretend that he is like straight.
Mhm.
Which I think is kind of sad.
Plus the monarchy for you.
I don't really like Philip that much.
No.
Just I know he's been brought up that way. But yeah, I don't like him. And then this is really cute, which happens, and Alex writes him back an email and he writes him a list of things he loves about Henry. And it's so cute. So I wrote a couple of things down that he said, which was he loves how hard that he always tries, and he loves the fact that Henry loved him all along. He's just so cute. I love it.
Mm.
And then we find out the next morning, Alex wakes up and we see a ring on Zahara's hand. And he's like, oh, you got engaged. Who to? She's not telling them anything. She's like, it's my personal life. I'm not telling you.
Oh, yeah.
And we find out that on the news, there was leaked footage of Henry at the hotel that Alex and Henry were at, which is it's not the worst thing in the world,
No.
but it's not great. So Zara's stressed. To be fair, she's always stressed.
Mhm.
And then June has an idea to imply that it was actually her and Henry because she was in the hotel on the same floor. So it would be like less scandalous if it was her and not Alex.
Yeah.
And the media buys it. And then I think Nora and Alex go out on a date to kind of like get them away from the fact that Alex could have been in a like romantic thing with Henry. And Alex is just like, he doesn't want to put this on Nora and
June.
and then he talks to Henry about it and Henry agrees, but he doesn't like the fact that they're being used. Because they don't want to hide it, but they don't necessarily want to like publicly make it a thing.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard thing to deal with. And Alex offers to fight his grandma if she says anything when like it eventually comes out, which I love. And then later on, you see Alex needs to drop off some files at his dad's office, and he sees Raphael Luna there, and he literally goes off on him because this is the first time he's seen him since he found out he's running for the opposite campaign. And he asks him to tell him like why he did it because he doesn't understand why he just switched sides like that. And basically what Alex can imply is that Raphael Luna isn't straight either. So he basically implies to him that he's not straight either. And Raphael says to him, he's like, don't tell anyone that. Like, don't tell anyone that. You shouldn't have told me that. And I'm just like a bit of internalized homophobia from his end, I think, which is very sad. And then he basically forces Alex out, and Alex just like storms out of the office, like completely upset. And what does he do? He gets drunk. And he eventually wakes up to a call from Zara, and it's like what the news before was bad, but this is like completely awful. So the news have photos of him and Henry all over social media. And not only that, but their emails have been leaked. And bear in mind, these are like they're really like some of the saucy email, like all of their emails that they've exchanged have been leaked onto the internet. So like it's pretty obvious that they're in a relationship, and it like has become like a whole big scandal now, which is just like not great for either of them. And they cut off like all communication that Alex has, so we can't like reach Henry and see how he's doing. So yes, and then you have the next chapter, and his mum and him talk together, and the first thing she says is, "Are you okay?" Which I love that from her. It's
Hmm.
not her like worrying how it's gonna look on her running for president.
Hmm.
It's just she's worried about her son. And she said, if you are serious about Henry, I will back you like 100%. Um, and there's little quotes you see from social media and people's reactions. And this made me laugh because, yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Because you know the recent stuff that's happened with Noah Schnapp, right?
Yeah.
It's reminding me of all those 12 and 13-year-old girls on TikTok who are making it about themselves. They're like, oh, I can't have a crush on you anymore. And I'm like, okay, that's
Okay.
weird. So this quote is, my 12-year-old daughter has been crying all day. She's dreamt of marrying Prince Henry since she was a little girl. She's heartbroken.
That sucks, I guess.
Like, I'm sorry. Henry is like 22, 23. Your daughter is 12. On what planet is she marrying Henry?
Mhm.
Even if he was straight, like, how? It just, yeah. People's obsessions with like the royal family and celebrities is just like
Bit much.
crazy. I'm like, yeah, okay, you
Like I
like
said,
them.
just gonna promote our episode on parasocial relationships.
I know. I'm like, okay, you like them, but on what planet are you gonna date them? Like you need to be brought back down to earth because it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
Like I know some celebrities have friendships with fans, but it's rare. Do you know what it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Mm.
I mean, cry if you want, but you're never gonna date him anyway. So there was no loss happening, was there?
Yeah.
That's my
Anyway.
thoughts on it. um, so they're going to London, basically. Alex, and Zara and all of those people are going to London to figure out this whole thing and
Mhm.
what to do. But then they get on the plane, and Alex is really worried that they're not going to let them in because of obviously what's happened.
Mhm.
And Zara, to prove a point, she literally calls Sean and makes him put Henry on the phone. And then Alex and Henry talk. And they both kind of say it at the same time that they want to tell the truth. They're tired of hiding it. They
Mhm.
just want to be open about what's happened. And then after the phone call ends, Alex is like, how did you get his personal number? Because it wasn't his work
Oh
number.
yeah, they're
They're
they're married.
engaged.
Yeah.
No, they're engaged.
Engaged. Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, we're engaged. I she was like, yeah, unlike you and Henry, we're actually discreet. So that's how you didn't know. Um, so then they get let into the palace. And they kind of have a little talk. And you see Philip talking to Henry, and it makes me hate him like even more. He
Yeah.
basically calls him a coward and he's like, be a man. And I'm just like, can we unpack that for a second? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean be a man? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I hate that phrase. Just like, what do you mean be a man?
Be a man or be a lady. I hate those terms.
Uh, Man up. What do you mean man up? Ugh. Okay. Anyway. And then which I love this next part. Henry just shouts back at Philip and he just absolutely slays as he should.
Yeah, as they should.
And we get to meet Henry's mum and I really love her. She seems like such a lovely person and she doesn't care about this thing with Henry and Alex. She's like on board. She's totally for it. Um, but his grandma, which is his mum's mum, is she's not she's not homophobic is the thing. She's not. But she's like, oh, but how are you going to produce offspring? This isn't the traditional way. So
Mhm.
the thing is, if he wasn't a royal, I think 100% his family would be fine with it. But because he has this thing to uphold,
Mhm.
and it's just like not the traditional way, it's just his brother and his grandma are both like against it, and they're like, I don't know how this could even work. Yes, and then you see there's a lot of online support. as much as there are people who are homophobic and against it and trolling, there's a ton of people who are like so
Oh yeah.
supportive of them. And there's like a t-shirt that's been made that says history her on it.
Yeah.
Because in their emails, I think Alex, this is during the John Lawrence and Hamilton talk. He's like, oh, I bet we could make some history, couldn't we? And obviously because all of the emails have been leaked, they've seen like every kind of conversation between them.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alex goes back home, and he's been told that no one's seen Nora in 2 days, which is a bit concerning. And then speaking of, she comes to the White House and she's like had tons of Red Bull. She's like been doing a lot of stuff, and she's been given by what we think is an anonymous source this folder of like material from the opposite campaign of the people running against Alex's mum. And it turns out that the guy running against his mum literally set Alex and Henry up. They had like everything. They had people following them, and they had like so much dirt on them. After he got like sacked from the campaign, they started like looking into Henry and Alex, which is like they can get, I don't know if they can get what's the word, disqualified for that, but like it's something needs to happen about that because
Yeah.
that's like ethically not right. And we find out that it was Raphael who sent it to Nora because he's working on that campaign, and he saw that and he sent it to her, and he knew that she could do something about it. And then Alex makes like a public speech, and in it he talks about the fact that he's bisexual, as he should.
Yeah.
Yes. And then after that speech, Raphael was there like watching the speech, and he comes to Alex and he apologizes to him. And he kind of confesses the reason why he joined it. It's just kind of sensitive. So he interned with the guy who's running for president like a long time ago when he was like a student. So the guy called Richards who's running for president, he tried to like touch him inappropriately. Like he invited him to a hotel and tried to touch him inappropriately, and Raphael managed to escape it. So he wasn't actually assaulted, but that's still really traumatic and like not fun at all. So he decided to join the campaign to try and leak evidence of abuse that guy has done to maybe other people. And then in the process, he found out the stuff they were doing about Alex and Henry, and decided that like that wasn't worth it anymore, that he needed to send that to Nora so that they could know about it and could do something about it. So then everything was kind of good with Alex and Raphael because he knows the reason. And he's like, I know it was risky, but I knew if I told any of like, because no one knew. Like, I think even, yeah, his dad didn't know either. Like, no one knew. He kept it all to himself because he knew they would try and stop him when he was like really determined. And then Henry gets his own room at the White House for when he's in America, which is lovely. We love to see it. And then so now we're nearing the very end of the book, which is kind of 4 weeks after this. There's a royal photo shoot with Alex and Henry. So they're getting like a little couple photo taken together.
Oh, yay.
It's cute. And then this is just like the very end of the book now, where B, which is Henry's
sister.
It is, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it and I was like, if that's wrong, sorry. She has, I don't think we mentioned this, but she had an addiction problem and she went to rehab for it. So she is supporting a charity that funds addiction recovery over the UK, which I love for her. And then we have Henry, who is kind of part of this LGBT rights foundation, which I love that. And the fact that a prince is doing that, I think is really good.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And Alex decides that he wants to go to law school after he's done with like finishing up his uni stuff. And maybe perhaps become a lawyer and like make some positive change in the world. And then it's the election day and they win.